Author Jim Burns has a quote that I love. Leadership is one of the most observed yet least understood phenomena on Earth. Now, thankfully, we've made some progress since 1978 and better understand effective and ineffective leadership. In this video, we explore what the research would suggest are some of the attributes of effective leaders. Now, by no means is this designed to be an exhaustive list of attributes. This list is simply a starting point, a springboard into the topic of effective leadership. If you speak with educators, experts, and peers, you will likely hear elements that have not been included, and ultimately, you need to determine for yourself what great leadership is. So let's jump in. The first attribute of an effective leader is likable personality. Author Robert Cialdini found that people are more likely to be influenced by you if they like you. Likability is important, and in general sense, means that you are pleasant to be with. You breathe life and energy into the group or the team. The second attribute of effective leaders is they communicate an exciting vision. In essence, an exciting vision is an ideal future state. Companies like SpaceX, IBM Watson Health have exciting visions that elicit enthusiasm and energy among their employees. As a leader, your job is to communicate your passion and excitement for the task at hand. Now, the third attribute is always thinking about process. Leaders balance two significant tasks, relationships and process. Now, at times, you may prioritize one over the other, and as a result, the team or the organization can suffer. Excellent leaders have an eye on both. Effective leaders also deliver and define results. So, would Abraham Lincoln be held in the same regard if his efforts had failed? Jane Addams, same question. Some would argue that if they had not, we wouldn't regard them as great leaders. It's up to you to define results so the team knows what success looks like. We may not jump to number one in the coming year, but what signifies progress or success? So, emotional intelligence is another critical attribute of effective leadership. Leadership's difficult, very difficult. As leaders, you assume heightened levels of stress and are emotionally triggered on a consistent basis. And author Daniel Goleman suggested that emotional intelligence is an awareness and regulation of emotions in self and others. Now, this means that you must be aware of your emotional state and, in some cases, regulate as appropriate. Next, effective leaders raise the heat. Great leaders help individuals and teams accomplish more than they thought possible. They raise the heat and challenge others to work at the edge and push beyond their assumed boundaries. Check out your favorite sports film. It's in there. Now, the next attribute of an effective leader is shows integrity. Showing integrity on a consistent basis is simple in concept, but difficult in practice. Displaying integrity and modeling the way requires an intense amount of self-awareness and reflection. It also requires that you are open to feedback. Leadership requires a strong moral compass and moral courage to stand up for your beliefs, even in the face of criticism. The next attribute consistently shows up in the academic literature. Effective leaders have clear expectations. In a general sense, you are known as someone who clearly defines the roles, priorities, and expectations for individuals and the team. Now, this is common sense, but it's not always common practice. Now, effective leaders also intervene skillfully. We all want our physicians to intervene skillfully. If they don't, our lives could be on the line. And leadership's no different. We all want leaders who skillfully intervene. They make things better, set a course forward, and navigate the many challenges associated with the role. So do you intervene skillfully? Or is it more of a seagull management approach? And if you're not familiar with that concept, look it up. The final attribute is prioritizes relationships. While a leader is always thinking about process, you are also tasked with keeping a close eye on relationships. This could mean relationships with individual team members, external stakeholders, or others in the sphere of influence. So to conclude this quick lesson, I have 5 reflection questions for you. First, think of a leader with whom you've worked closely. How successful are they at managing both relationships and process? And what are the ramifications of this? 2. When it comes to leadership, what does intervene skillfully actually look like? 3. What happens when a leader lacks clear expectations? How does this impact you or the team? And 4th, what happens when a leader who does not prioritize relationships tries to raise the heat? And my final question, what's your opinion on delivers results? Has someone effectively led if they did not deliver results? What do you think? Now, as you reflect on your answers, also reflect on those men and women who have made a difference in your life. Which attributes did they embody? And if applicable, which do you embody for those around you?